say, and then I'm not even getting back on here until the morning time. But I was just thinking, this is somebody that had the Empress or had the God, played the person like they were stupid, went and rallied up and probably had sex and connecting with, or even mentally connected with. That's an infidelity. Not only did you open up these women in this time where you were supposed to be patient and you were supposed to be with the Christ. If you was with anybody, you would have been sleeping with the Christ. You get what I'm saying? You you were supposed to be being preserving your sexual energy or who you were communicating with, working with, building with, partner with, da 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 da. Right? But somebody was spreading it wide open, right? Not just this ain't a prophet that's out there speaking to the people on an everyday basis, giving the message out to open up people's mind or something like this. This is somebody that went behind the scenes and went in organizations and with certain groups with titles and this and that and motion and all this other stuff or whatever this is, and started building something when they were not supposed. You see, this is what people not understanding. This is somebody that was trying to get a wife or a husband back and sleep with a whole bunch of people, but you did it at the wrong time. The timing. These are people that's all about these time cycles. They looking at the Mayan calendar. They're looking at the Gregorian, the Julian calendar, whatever the fuck it's called. They're looking at the crop circles. They're looking at other things, the sundial. They're looking at everything else to try to get astrology, the stars, luminaries, things like this. All right. Not realizing it's all going against what God said or God's original plan. Then imagine your wife being one of the top seers or one of the people that was there when the tarot community just started kicking off. Your wife was the God energy. They're not even really a tarot reader. They're the actual real thing. That's the Ace of Cups. Okay? And then you disconnected because you didn't mess around with all these people in the family and everything. You done did all these things against this energy or whatever. Right? So you so dearly departed. That's your spouse or that's your partner or your twin flame. You so dearly departed from that person. So to to make this person feel some kind of way, you get all these women in the tarot community, pay them, have them looking good, smelling good, going out there, laughing, mocking, and everything like this. The person that's the Holy Spirit or the Holy Grail or whatever. So much so now you disconnect from that person. Now you using these women that the person do not like. Yes, it may be somebody that gravitates toward. I might gravitate towards their channel because I know that they have our information, my classified information that's for my people, my stuff. And so I know what you're talking about when you're talking about it because you got my stuff and I didn't let you have it. Who let you have it? I don't know. It will be an adulterous spouse or wife or woman or a foreign woman. Y'all can't try to trick me with that shit. Talking about the foreign women is the ones that's going to run things here. Not while I'm here. Not while I'm still here breathing. It's not going down that way. I'm not my grandfathers and fathers and uncles that y'all was able to fool in time before. So imagine this. So now this person is panicking or something like, oh, what can we do to manipulate the situation? And then these women that you know had something to do with your downfall, killing one of my clones, harming me, stealing my babies, raping my daughters, these transgender women, they're still men. They look just like me, but they are still men, some of them, right? Because these are the men with the phallics that some of these men started to entertain when they started going into these secret societies and these orgies and all this other shit. Now, imagine that person like, could you, now these people's going into intimate moments trying to rub you the wrong way. Could you excuse somebody's behavior? If somebody's saying, I'm sorry, I changed. Look, I know what you're trying to do. And let me tell you one thing too. I know that these is the same silly women that wanted me to look like a silly woman. Oh, you're one of us now. No, you bitches was drugging people and dragging them out of their house. If you trying to say something like this about me, like I got in a car with a stranger because I was just so strung out or so distraught, it's all would be a lie. Okay, so this would be to for somebody to dismiss my claims and treat me professional or like they uphold me in a higher level like they supposed to, because everybody want to be the empress, everybody want to be the queen, everybody want to be whatever this is in their competition. You do know that I know that most of the women that these men was able to kill and take their soul or their body and the soul and bring them back or give them a new body or whatever the fuck they've been doing with science and everything, they're still the same silly women that got that curse on them forever for going against the Holy Spirit, for being led away from the away or astray, or to make it think that they do have more power than the person that God lifted up and put as the cornerstone above everybody, all the animals in the garden, and all the men and all the women and all the other people, because you don't want to believe it, because you think your credentials and stuff like this. These are people that fail for the strong delusion in some type of way. So if you reprogram to something, you handling them, you're just like I said, this is a vampire or something, or somebody that has rebranded a whole bunch of servants or slaves or groups of people or something. They got a little money in their pocket. They're doing a little bit better than God's children because they have information that we don't have to obtain things that belong to us that we don't even have, or something like this, or just the sun. Okay. And so you it is making you feel like you higher than, but the fact that you so hyper focused on me, you're trying to find ways to do this and that. What does that look like? I mean, the truth is always gonna show itself. And so, somebody could be trying to do something like that too, because they know that they done messed up. But instead of being a big boy or a big girl or a real leader or a real commander, and somebody that they need to apologize, this is somebody that'll mount up say that you don't know how to apologize, but they mount up 1,000 people that's crooked still. These are still unclean spirits. Somebody could even be making this like if they got some of us living like it says in the Bible, the innocent ones. Now there's two versions. One, this was a punishment from God, but some other people, there was another part where the people were right and righteous, but these were witches and warlocks that were stealing things from God's children. Okay, understand the two. It's a difference. Okay, that the children was living righteous and they was doing everything right that God said, and these people were still stealing from them and making them look like peasants, and they was making themselves look like kings and queens by stealing. Okay, so this is somebody that thought that they would try to say that like I'm not a god or I'm not the son of God and they're God or they're the powerful person on earth or something like this because they got all these people under their control, or they were able to go into my database and move my body around and try to steal my body away from me or something, right? Or because of their connection to me, they were playing with the body in ways that I don't even know how to move my body, because somebody never taught me, or my elders failed me, or the community failed me, or my tribe failed me, or my clan tried to fail me or tried to kill me or something like this. And they'll try to make it seem like it's everything under the sun. Things that I did wrong, said wrong, you did this like that, you shouldn't have did like that, or something like this. Is the reason why things is not going the way or they're going bad or something. But it's like you do know that I do know, and now you telling on yourself even more. Because now you must be falling if you think that silly shit is going to work. I'm not somebody that can't learn new things, that can't see things from a different standpoint or something. But it's just some things. It's like no, that still is. It's even making less sense than it did before. Like get to the point. Somebody want to challenge me. You got some method you want to show me that's going to make me think on a highly level mentally. I can see the people that you sending towards me that you trying to act like they in a higher position than me, and I see that they not. I see that they really, I wouldn't say no different, but I see that they not there either. So, not my nose. So I don't get what the point is. Okay, I don't get what the point is because it still feels like somebody that's bratty, irritating. They're irritated. Somebody that thought this was going to work, that they was going to be able to erase another person or kick them out of their existence and be that person, and so they're the lengths that they're taking make something look some kind of way. It's just making them look sillier. It's making them look like you did lose the information. You are back in the dust. You did lose that kind of guidance or something like this, huh? You did. If we don't know who we're talking about right now, to be honest with you, it could be a family member, it could be a spouse, it could be somebody that works in a sector of, law or government or the industry or something that you or I am supposed to be included in, but these people thought that they would leave a person like me or you behind and move forward with something on another accord or something like this. Or these people that act like they think they've been running something in these cities and manipulating things with witchcraft for so long and they feel like they won. Or I don't know why my fingers smell like, well, I guess it's the cigarettes, but smacks. You know how smacks, I ain't had them in a minute, but I used to like smacks. It tastes kind of like coffee. It smells like kind of like coffee-ish. I don't know. But anyways, whew, so I was thinking about that. So when you think that I am really looking, because I listen to tarot readers, just as like I said, it's like commentary, just like the radio, that I'm observing everything that's being said. No, everybody's brain don't work like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't. Because one time my person came, you'd still listen to that or something like this. You know that all that stuff you listening to, that's brain melting, brain washing. And I said, I guess to another a degree, but I don't observe the information like that. But even if you don't think that you're observing it, when you watching it, it's doing something to your brain. Not my brain. I feel like it depends on where you're at. I think a lot more people we're giving this magic and this manipulation of television and information and intel because people are always listening to something. Not everybody. Some people are on that silent kick. But again, it wouldn't even matter if you was on a silent kick. If you already signed a deal with one of these devils, or are you already been manipulated by one of them, or your brain power has already been taken over by another company or branded or something like this, then you may not even be listening to yourself when these people be so proud of themselves because they don't watch TV or they don't listen to music. You better be sure you listening to something. You listening to something. The colors of the wind. They feel like they untouchable as well. You listening to something. Silence, tunes, something like this. This. Have you ever just tried to sit in a room silent and don't listen to nothing? Something like this. There's still a frequency or a resonance that's there. So even like I said, this could be the most wicked person in the world. They say, I don't read, I don't do this, I don't do that. Well, damn, I wish you did because if this was the wickedest person that always come up with wicked schemes and they actually act on them, that's kind of scary that this person don't fill their mind with something else or do something else because they're always plotting and planning. They're always, see? So this could be where somebody then cut somebody off from their spaceship or their shuttle or something or their people. Smoke signal could be plugged back in now, right? And so while you're thinking things, it's just being logged and mocked or something or ridiculed, or you're not thinking strong enough thoughts, or oh, you're thinking stupid stuff or something like this. And then there could be somebody else that is not supposed to be in alignment with some type of thing, and they could just be thinking things and they thinking it happened, but they're connected to like a wicked branch of aliens or something like this, and or otherworldly species or things like this. And these are the things that's actually coming in and doing harmful things to a person. So it's like entities and things like this. It's not even like it is real people that could go to jail for something. But they're messing with real people and trying to get them to get violent or do something harmful. That's real people that could go to jail for it. But this person don't even have the real, what pisses me off is they don't have the real ranking as the king to do any of this stuff. But some people must want them to because they're allowing them to do it anyway. They're allowing them to call the shots on something that they shouldn't with a certain group, or I'll just say with myself that they're not supposed to. So I was hearing that there's now somebody is even. So now something could be evening, e- being evened out, because I think it's cowardice anyway. If you know that somebody is not on your level or something like this, that's like me walking past, me being a big old senior in high school, and I'm walking past elementary school. And every day when I walk past, there's some little kids sitting at the corner, and they so immature and they so childish. And they in the kindergarten, the third grade, the second grade, and they said, "Oh, you little cockapooey head, you stupid dookie face, you da 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 da." They might even throw some rocks at my shoes or something when I'm walking past. Okay, there's a different way that I can handle this situation. There's a couple of different ways. The last thing I should do is probably say I'm 17, maybe even 18, because that could put a little edge on it too. There's a couple things that I could think about doing when it comes to these kids. Name one of them things instead of like, hey, you better stop talking like that. You don't talk to big people like that, or you don't, besides checking the kid like that, there's really nothing else that you should do or really say to that child. You need to take it to the people that would be over that child. Now, everybody ain't gonna think like that. I told you. That's why the least I could say somebody could do is say, you better shut up or something, or flinch, jump at the kid and make them flinch, scare them. And then they be like, "Ooh, oh, we're not gonna do it no more," or something like this. That person almost hit me, or something like this. You might flinch at them. Somebody that's a little bit more mature than that is gonna say, "You know what? Oh, okay, hold on a second," and they're gonna go into school and say, "You got these three little kids. Come in, let me show them to you." They shouldn't be out here talking to adults like this or talking to big people like this, because I'm me, but somebody else might be a damn fool. And if they out here doing this to that person every day, some of these kids could get hurt. And so I just thought you should know what some of your students is doing right there on the corner, at a school when they waiting for the school bus. And then what will happen next? If you the big bad boss, gang mob boss, nobody might not say nothing. If the person is, you know, got a family that could be feared or something, nobody might not say nothing. Somebody might say something and then they might fuck around and find out. You just never know. But I'm not the one to sit there and see displaced power be exalted, not over me. Again, same thing with your children. If our children are being sucked into some of these secret groups and given to take an oath or something, say that the other parent is in something, and now the children could be grandfathered into it, but the wife cannot, right? So there could be some things, some children could be mad at a parent about something, but you signed the oath, or you never told me the truth, or when I did think that Uncle Tommy was looking at you strange when we was at my auntie whatever's house, and I said, "Do that person make you feel uncomfortable?" or something like this. And you said, "No, nothing's going on, Mom. Just stop," because you were scared, or the person said they're gonna kill me, or because you didn't, if something really did happen and you didn't tell me, that's not never gonna be my fault. Because if I directly asked you, you should have trusted me as your mother or something to be able to tell me the truth. Not carry a grudge against me for the rest of life because I could not see, and I kept asking you and kept asking you. See, because we have a thing in this world, I feel like, where especially after like some of the Tyler Perry movies came out, when they talk about sensitive matters like that. And they're like, "No, you knew," or something like this. I feel like it's a group of people that want to say that somebody knew about something. Or these are funny people that's like, "Oh, ain't you God? Don't you know everything? Well, you should have known that." Right? But they forget that we on earth. And ain't nobody no earth angel. I'm not no whatever you talking about. You calling these other people of the divine or none of that. It's degrading, actually. And it's not solving the cause of maybe some people that are of a higher ranking that could be, excuse me, trapped in situations where they were just not helped out by a family member and stuff. These people wanted to keep power over you, power of attorney. This could even be something about somebody dropping a conservatorship but getting like a power of attorney or something like this over a situation for somebody. This is about a hostile group of people trying to pretend that you were in on something. I don't give a fuck if it's my best friend, my mom, my dad, my brother. You're not about to sit here and tell me that I was in and on or part of something that I don't got shit to do with. And this ain't called snitching. This ain't talking about none of that. This talking about I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Just because I'm a seer and I say a lot of things that come out of my mouth, right? That information and the intel comes from me from source. Don't mean to incorporate me with none of that shit. I didn't literally see anything. If anything, somebody could just be afraid to give somebody their flowers, acting like you saying something wrong or you just leading people on when this whole group of people or a conglomerate of people know that this is the shit that they were doing. They know for a fact. And if you could probe these people, see, you're probing me means that then I will expand that and I will raise you one. Now you're gonna get probed. Then what your probing is going to show that you was plotting on me. You don't like me. You got some other deep rooted something against me, my religion, my aspect, my skin color, my fatness, my this, my that, my children, something like this. And I promise you, any of these people that I done said on their channel, there was no balance before. I really don't even know these people, some of these people. Most of them I probably never seen them in my life, or these are people that I seen in visions when I was little. That's kind of how I know who they are. Have I Googled them, looked at their address? If something said, bitch, I can't wait until you get what you get. If you say that to the return to sender, oh well, maybe it is. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, see, they're gonna realize that the innocent is over here, right? Besides saying, oh bitch, you gonna get it. That Bible say this, or oh, I see where you at. Yeah, and that shit coming right back on your dumb ass, or something like this. Other than that, right? It's not like I have guards sitting around me and be like, guard, find out where this bitch live. Go over there and slit her fucking neck. You know, do you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes when I get out of my videos, I be pissed off. I'm like, can't wait till somebody come over there and your fucking neck open. Like I do. It be the wrath. I do. Keep talking that shit, feeding these people these lies, manipulating the situation. But it's just like, you know, if people say, well, you don't have to say this and that, why you worried about it? If you're not doing it, why you worried about it? What if my gift is that the world and got so unruly that that's one of my gifts? And if God look over the person and say, dang, you was right, they get to die. If God say, it ain't that bad or something like this. But if I found out that God was a Lord God or a Lord energy on this earth was trying to manipulate a situation as well, to make it seem like it fit because this person was playing favoritism, we're going to have a problem too. It's something like that. But y'all, I'm trying to stay up, man. I probably only got like 30 minutes before people start moving around and doing their daily beat. And I'm trying to stay up so I could go in the shower while it's still dark outside. But I just don't know. I'm talking and y'all heard me slow down right there. That be that so-called narcolepsy. I'll end up falling asleep right on this phone and don't even realize it. So when I see myself eclipsing like that, it could be something that they're doing with technology. That's why I say so-called, I have so-called narcolepsy. Because somebody could be doing this shit with technology as well, too. Okay. Um, but that's what I wanted to say. Don't let these people fool y'all out there. A lot of these people want you to fall right in them ditches, and they gonna keep on trying. They demons now, or they dark now. They don't have nothing to do but to try to get you to step onto some kind of bear trap that's underneath some hay in the middle of the barn, or something like this. This is what I feel like somebody is trying to do. So you might have had people that thought they was gonna excel better than you. Oh, I'm gonna raise my child and I'm gonna put her in all this stuff, and she's gonna be better than you or something. And God has already sent these people down. They're not going to reach those potentials or something in some of these cases. But somebody could also be pissed that they're having to punish these people or punish them like that or something like this because they were told that you or I was going to be dead already and these people were going to be able to have whatever it is that they thought they was going to have. And you was not going to have nothing and they was going to be able to, you know, you was not going to have nothing more or nothing no more, right? Something like that. But yeah, I got to get off, okay?